you know?
No, just you brought up Jackie Chan. What I thought was interesting about him, like Who Am I, and Tuxedo and Medallion and all, and even Rush Hour, like he's doing all his own stunts, or at least the behind the scenes that I saw, he was doing them own. But like, what distinguishes someone who's willing to do them their own versus someone who needs a stunt double?
Yeah, good question. Insurance and how much power you have on that set. Like Tom Cruise, some guys actually not far from here, they're the main stunt riggers for all the Mission Impossibles.
Wow.
There were some world-class stunt riggers, and I asked, I go, hey man, does Tom Cruise really do all of his own stunts? He goes, yeah, to a degree. He does a lot of his own stunts. But I go, so is he a stuntman? They go, no, he'll never be a stuntman, because it's a very different thing. We really risk our lives, right, in every sense of the word. Like, it could be the smallest thing. I'm running, I'm walking, and I break my leg, I fall, something bad happens. You know, we've had people in safety lines that are like 3 feet off the ground. Something goes wrong, they break their neck, they're paralyzed. You know, like it's a very different risk factor that we put ourselves at that Tom Cruise does. Like when Tom Cruise does a stunt, it has to be 1000% bulletproof.
Right.
Ideally, right? Ideally. With us, it does too, but we know the risks of we could die.
Right.
Right. Or whatever a less fatal thing is. So that's kind of the difference. And also the power you have on set. So Jackie, full power. You know, if Sammo Hung walks onto a Jackie set, Sammo has full power. He overrules Jackie, you know, because he's the big brother. Technically, that's the kind of the way it goes in Chinese culture, right? And one of the guys that used to train with us, Brad Allen, if you Google Brad Allen, he was the only, I believe, white guy on the Jackie Chan stunt team, and his Chinese name meant White Tiger because he's phenomenal. Like, he was like 5'1", and he was definitely like not a project. He was definitely a
would you say sensei in a way?
I wouldn't give him that credit, no, because he didn't have patience for anybody. He was like a white Chinese guy, a very serious white Chinese guy. Nothing would impress him. And I guess some way, I guess you could say some way he would be like a sensei or a sifu or something. You could never impress him to the point where you always tried to really impress him. Right. So he would up your skills in a very negative way.
So it was never enough in a way. Nothing was ever clean enough for him.
No, because he was phenomenal.
Right.
And he trained in China. He spoke Chinese. Like he was basically a white Chinese guy.
Okay.
And I think the way he trained was so intense. Being on the Jackie Chan stunt team, he told me when they did the movie Gorgeous, I go, dude, when you guys did that scene, was a lot of that ad-libbed? He goes, yeah. And I go, so how did that go? He goes, well, that was one of his first big breaks. And he goes, well, Jackie, and Brad Allen's phenomenal. So Jackie, I wasn't getting the choreo. And I go, so what happened? He goes, well, Jackie told me to sit down and think about my life, right? I go, and he had to think quick. He goes, do I want to do this or not? So he stepped up, he nailed the choreo, and then after that, I guess he was just part of the Jackie Chan stunt team.
Now, when, for example, Michael Jackson, he sustained a certain weight so he could be very agile on stage. Does someone like Jackie Chan or even you have to maintain a certain weight so you could do the stunt, or is it just sort of that doesn't have too much of a factor in that?
Well, for me, because I'm like a mixed guy, right. I don't fit many. There's different levels of stunts. There's like stunt double, and then you have ND stunt, which is like a nondescript stunt guy, right? And then you have stunt actor. So right. So let's say you're the lead guy. You're the head. You're Jackie Chan. You're the hero, and your stunt actors are guys that are always with you. We're always in every scene with you. We're like your main go-to hench guys. We may have a little bit of dialogue, but we also do action.
Right.
And we fall down. We do stunts. And then you have ND stunt guys, which have no lines, and they're kind of like more backgroundy stunt guys, but they're still engaged in the choreography. But it might like punch, fly, whereas the stunt actors will have dialogue with maybe a bit longer scenes, and then you have the hero guy who has the main scene, right? So if I'm a stunt actor or just an ND or just an ND stunt guy, I get hired for the way I look. It's not that I have to get thinner or bigger or whatever. I typically just get hired by the way I look.
Okay.
If I'm a stunt double and I have a similar look to, say, whoever that is, and they're 20 pounds heavier, like for instance, I've worked with Vin Diesel a bunch of times, right? And the last movie that we did here, Triple X, they had asked if I could put on some weight to double him on one of the last Fast and Furious, because they were going to go to Antarctica or something like that to shoot a driving scene or something, right? And then whatever else. Because we look similar, we're similar in size and height, but he's probably 20 pounds heavier than me. Like I'm about 220, he's like 240.
Right. Okay.
So on screen, and his structure is a bit different. Like he's just thicker generally, right?
Right.
Very cool dude, by the way. And I'm like, how fast do you need to put on 20 pounds? 2 weeks. I'm like, shit. Okay, I'll do my best. And they're like, we just can't risk it. So they didn't get to do it. So if I'm a stunt double, that's the only time the way my body composition matters.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So stunt double is when composition matters. Similar haircut, all that kind of stuff. Because you gotta look like the actor.
Right.
Not to see the face. If it's a close face, bonus. If it's not quite close, it's whatever. It's again subjective. It also depends on the stunt coordinator who's hiring you. Like I've doubled blonde hair white guys.
Okay.
And I'm like, they're like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Why? Do you want to double that guy? And I look, I'm like, sure. I'm like, yeah, I'll double him. If you're not going to say anything, I'm not going to say anything. I just want the work,